And we're back, wrestling in Mom's Basement, week of February 19th. This is our weekly reviews. Patrick Young, Joe Venuto. Joe, we're on to NXT, or 205 Live.
205 Live advances so far in the tournament. Just in case I forget later, TJP. Cedric Alexander, Kalisto, Roger Strong, Mark Andrews, and Drew Gulak. Good things off with Arya Daivari versus Buddy Murphy. Murphy had a nice pump handle DVD Death Valley Driver for the win.
Beforehand I didn't have much of an impression on Murphy. But I felt that he at least knew the spot he was in and knew the chance he was getting, and he was at least willing to do more. I'll give him
he
that.
did get a chance for
yeah.
Okay.
Daivari, his matches never usually stand out to me. Arya Daivari's. So maybe with a little bit better of an opponent, we can get a bit more out of Murphy.
Yeah, I thought this was the worst match in the first round. It wasn't bad by any means.
Yeah.
The match was pretty good, but the middle, which is Daivari's Wayne, fucking segment, I guess is the right word. Murphy looked good. Got to kick out all Daivari's shit, including Daivari's hammerlock clothesline. And I do think Murphy does have a lot of potential in the ring, so. On that, Graham Leak and Lindsay Dorado versus two enhancement talents. They flew around, but Dorado hit the shooting star press for the win.
I like the...
Actually, it wasn't a squash shot. They were enhancement talents. It wasn't squash.
Yeah. It really was a squash.
Yeah.
The jobbers, the curtain jerkers, actually got offense in, which may be a little surprising, but I guess the fast-paced lucha guys kind of have a little bit more of an underdog feel, so maybe you can get a punch on there once in a while.
Well, it's better than using any of the two cruiserweights that aren't in the tournament right now.
Yeah,
you're going to try to rebuild the division.
Yeah.
So, it was an okay little squash. It was an extended squash. For the, I believe the Lucha House Party. Don't get me wrong, but I think that's the same.
I believe they use that name.
Okay, the Lucha House Party. Drew Gulak, Mark Andrews cut promos about their upcoming match and the main event. Jack Gallagher versus Mustafa Ali. Ali hit the imploding for 054 for the win.
I also like the new vicious side we actually got to see in Jack Gallagher. It wasn't the umbrella wearing guy or the wielding guy. It wasn't the suit or Street Fighter. But he was in completely different attire. He was also a little bit more vicious and a little bit more. I guess maybe the word for it was just evil, going straight after Mustafa's arm.
Yeah.
I am happy Mustafa won though. I think he's probably one of the more underrated workers in the cruiserweight division. So it's nice to see him go to the next round of the tournament.
It was a good main event overall with Mustafa having to overcome the newly focused Jack. It was actually I thought held it back from being, I guess, on the level of the other 6 matches in the last 3 weeks. This one I felt a little too long for the style they were going for. Because it's almost 17 minutes. And it was mainly Jack's submission work. Jack's not really high.
Yeah, I can agree with that, yeah.
And the only other thing, maybe they should have placed better in another show. Meaning, like, the transformation felt a little too similar to Gulak's last week with the viciousness.
Kinda, yeah.
And Gulak killed it last week with Nice.
Yeah.
This one was good, but obviously Jack lost, but I think that those 2 matches probably should have been like 2 weeks apart. Overall, they're still good, way better than when we were doing 205 Live recently.
Exactly.
So advancing now. TJP, Cedric Alexander, Kalisto, Roger Strong, Mark Andrews, Drew Gulak, Buddy Murphy, and Mustafa Ali. The second round will feature Buddy Murphy versus Mustafa Ali in 2 weeks. Drew Gulak versus Mark Andrew in 2 weeks, and next week Kalisto versus Roger Stroll. Could easily be a show stealer, and TJP versus Cedric Alexander. So.
Again, just to reiterate, 205 Live now is much better than anything wrapped in leopard print.
Yes.
It may be a veiled reference at Enzo, but I think you guys got it.
Well, it wasn't. For me, anyway, it wasn't the level the last 2 weeks of 205 Live. I don't think the first 3 shows of the tournament.
Yeah.
But it was still a solid show, though.
Exactly. Still better than Enzo.
The show continues to lock in its new identity, so and lock in the second round matches next week, which could easily both matches could easily steal the week. So.
Yeah.
But I am looking forward to the Kalisto Roger Stroll match a little bit more, I think. Because actually, I'm not even sure. Believe me, matter of fact, out of all the matches that the Cruiserweights had happened to in my life, I'm not even sure Cedric versus TJP ever happened. For some reason, I don't
think it did.
I don't actually fully remember that combo.
Yeah, I don't think it ever did.
And clearly, Blamer and all the matches are clearly fresh. Because 3 out of 4 surprises actually did move on. So.
Yeah.
And looking at this bracket, I don't care who wins. But I don't know who wins either. I will think Cedric's in the finals.
Yeah.
I will think. But if Roger Strow's getting called up, I can easily see him in the finals. Kalisto I can easily see because he's the name of the group right now. He's the most established of the 8. And TJ is the first Cruiserweight Classic winner, so I can easily see him in it too. And he's going to refocus character. I want to say Cedric or Rhino out of that side.
Out of that side, I would, if you held a gun to my head, I would say Cedric.
The more not interested, but the more unpredictable side, I probably want to say is the other side though, because you got Mustafa Ali, who looks like they've been hitting at him as Cedric.
Oh yeah.
Having a series. Murphy, who's come off hot right now, just debuting, who he might as well just get called up. Roger Strong, I'm not sure if he's called up. But Murphy might as well just get called up because there's probably nothing left for him. But now he could say, this is going to be a major. His nickname's the best kept secret. His gimmick's the best kept secret at NXT. But now the best kept secret at NXT is now on the best kept secret. Now on the best kept secret on the main roster. So if I'm live. Hey, what's that bit? Well, 205 Live is the best kept secret.
Maybe a little bit of a mouthful, but
yeah,
it's more like the ending point of a promo. I would say.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. No, I'm not saying that's his new nickname. No. That was me trying to make a bad joke of the best kept secret NXT is now the best kept secret on the main roster.
Yeah. Or the best kept secret on the network.
I feel like this could work in full arenas now. 205 Live, and I brought this up to our friend Isaiah yesterday. 205 Live becomes the first hour of Raw.
Yeah.
That's unless it's drawing huge numbers on the network.
Which I don't think it's true. It's drawing insanely huge numbers.
They're saying that it's back they're saying it's back in the top 10, which before wasn't even in the top 20, so that's good.
Yeah.
So it's drawing something. Because believe it or not, fans want wrestling. The hardcore fans who own the network want wrestling. Who knew?
Yeah.
They're also the same fans. We're also the same fans that complain about too much gambling promo. Then they put out that survey a few months ago. Remember what you want on the network? And then the conference call last week, they revealed what the fans wanted more of on the network. More in-ring content, more live in-ring content.
Huh.
Then they decided to cut down the pay-per-views, which is a smart move, by the way.
Yes.
I have some time to talk about this as we just got up to my live. The pay-per-views are cut down. So the pay-per-view schedule is down after WrestleMania. Backlash in May. June is TakeOver Chicago 2 and Money in the Bank. July is, what should I call it? Not Battleground. Extreme Rules down to July now. Battleground, Payback, and Great Balls of Fire. They're gone. Go ahead and miss the one show. Let's go show. Terrible name.
Great Balls of Fire.
Yes. And big balls for something. Big ass.
What should we name our July paper?
Good Balls of Fire.
How about Great Balls of Fire?
Love it.
I love it. God damn it. I destroy my voice when I do that, by the way. My throat hurts now.
Then August will be Brooklyn 4 and SummerSlam. And then September's Collinsville. October's TLC. Yeah, we still got them. You could just kept No Mercy and brought back Unforgiven. For September, October, but whatever. November is a TakeOver LA and Survivor Series. December's Clash of Champions. And January is the Rumble and TakeOver Phoenix, right? That's the stadium, not Max, right?
Yeah.
Alright, TakeOver Phoenix. February, I'm not sure what pay-per-view they're keeping next year. Elimination Chamber, Fastlane. Elimination Chamber. They don't, if you ask me, they don't need none between the Rumble and the...
No.
And then, of course, next April, WrestleMania. So we're only back to 12 pay-per-views a year, which is a good thing. 12 pay-per-views a year and 5 takeovers. Not 5 takeovers and 16 pay-per-views. So good job.
We can do more, like, the network specials they did, like Beast of the East, Madison Square Garden,
yeah.
Roadblock.
Yeah, and of course the yearly tournaments they seem to spring out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Cruiserweight's very young. And the other news is that so people don't lose a pay. The B shows, the 7 B shows are now being extended to 4 hours, 5 hours of kickoff, and the 5 show and the big 5 are being extended to 7 hours. The 2-hour kickoffs and the 5-hour pay-per-view. Which I'm okay with because the advantage of the brand split in this roster is just a lot of talent. So there will be people who lose that pay.
Yeah.
But I was okay with it as long as they cut down pay-per-views, and they did cut down the pay-per-views. I'd rather have a 4-week build between my pay-per-views than a 2-week build.
That's true.
So yeah. It's going to be a lot of wrestling. But
at least it's a bit more spread out.
Once a month. And the reason to get so guys don't lose responses is a nice reason.
Yeah.
So it's fair enough. The commentators have to work cut out for it.
I think I would just switch it. I would if you had the Universal title on one B pay-per-view, I would put like the United States title from SmackDown on there.
Yeah, I don't
I think I would mix it up a bit better.
I don't think you need all nine titles on each pay-per-view.
No.
Yeah, I don't think you need that. Because then you won't keep your personal feud, like the personal non-title feuds in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hell, you can have the Intercontinental, if you have a hot feud for the Intercontinental in the United States like me, event one.
Yeah.
So, or the woman. As long as Oscar or Charlotte are the champions then.
Yes.
Yeah. Moving on to NXT. NXT started off with a great Almas Gargano video package. And then kick things on with the Velveteen Dream versus No Way Jose. Dream up top and then elbow drop connect for the win.
It was a decent little match. Velveteen is great as always. And Jose can really energize an NXT crowd. However, there's really not much Jose can do in NXT anymore.
Yeah.
I think it should be very soon he gets called up because he's literally not really doing much in NXT at all.
Nah.
Actually, he's not doing anything in NXT.
Nah.
So I think in the best interest of Jose, get him on the main roster. And again, the match was good.
It was a perfectly solid little open match.
Yeah.
Jose still could fire himself, Valentina pull away through his own. I expected Andre the Giant Immortal spot for No Way, and then an official call up on the Monday or Tuesday.
Probably.
He's pretty much been phased out of NXT. Dream got promo time, says he's the man in NXT. No one cares about Black, Oscar, or B because everyone loves the Dream. Then you fired up Almas backstage. When Regal arrived and announced that the Dusty Classic is returning, it starts in 2 weeks. The winners win the cup and a title shot at Mania weekend. Up next, Nikki Cross versus Vanessa Borg. Nikki went on top, hit the high cross, and it finished things off with the Purge for the win.
She also got a new name for
Finisher, yeah,
in fact, the Purge. It was I guess a decent little squash match to get Vanessa some little exposure or even some experience under her belt. But yeah, Nikki won. she beat the crap out of a girl. So.
I'm all for more crossover wrestle shows. And she'll go in victory. Vanessa's improved since the last time I saw her, so that's good.
Yeah.
We get a clip from last week's Black vs. Dane face-off. We get footage of Baszler attacking Moon last week and Zayn making the Kyrie making the save, and then next week Kyrie versus Shayna. And the main event, NXT champion Andrade Cien Almas was Zelina Vega versus Johnny Gargano with Kansas already. If Johnny loses, he's going for NXT. Ref gets knocked out. Then Gargano has Almas, then Gargano escape. Almas going to tap, but that fucker Tommaso Ciampa comes in.
That huge penis.
And attacks Johnny with the crush. That's the how I take every retains and Johnny off NXT. Real quick, the ref's delayed count was well played, and so was Moro's reaction.
Yeah. I think CN and Johnny have great chemistry together. If you still haven't seen their match from, well, any of the takeovers, but specifically the one that just happened in Philly, seriously, stop what you're doing, stop watching this video, and go on the network and watch it. And that match, this match was also really good, probably the best of the week.
As you would expect, the fourth meeting between these two was an all great match. They did everything they did in their previous matches, nice callbacks, and this one was half the time of the Philly match. And they continue to make it look so easy. There was some believable near falls in there.
Yeah.
You know, I did actually not spoil myself before the first match. I didn't believe Giant was going to win. The Valmas with Selena and Kansas were short-lived, but made perfect sense. Playing off of their takeover interactions. And while I do tend to hate ref bump finishes, this one was great. This is because not only did it protect Giant from straight loss, it makes Ciampa the most hated man on the planet. So that was all great. Post-match, Andrade is the win to celebrate while Johnny gets thank you Johnny chance as Kansas returns to console her husband.
And the final shot.
Ciampa returns to wave goodbye to his former friend while he remains an asshole. Next week, Kyrie Stevens to Shane Baszler. This week's NXT show was another good episode.
Yeah.
And a great main event, and the continuation of the Johnny and Tommaso program. Botch of the week.
Botch of the week. I think I'm going to personally give it to SmackDown because of Brian and Shane's whatever the hell that is. I'm not even sure you can call it a storyline. It doesn't necessarily have the same arc or rhythm through it. Just for it being a holding pattern for about 2 months. Literally nothing else has changed from that feud.
Yeah, mine's the exact same. There's a good show inside SmackDown somewhere. If we get rid of those two.
Thanks.
Or at least get rid of that storyline.
Yeah.
Because now they're literally involved in every title picture now.
Yeah.
It's not just the WWE. This was the US title that affected. I think the tag teams were affected. No, the tag teams weren't affected yet. They're probably going to be affected next week when Brian puts Gable and Shelton into a triple threat.
Yeah. It's going to be multi-man match city at Fastlane, probably.
Yeah. I'll be surprised to see Becky, Naomi, and the other two members of the Riot Squad into Charlotte, to ruin Charlotte and Ruby. And Becky doesn't ruin anything. She's perfect. But she will ruin that match.
Yeah.
Not because she was bad, because it would just be a normal multi-person match. But my boss of the week is with Brian Shane. Show of the week?
Show of the week.
I narrowed it down to 2. I was trying to figure out which 2.
Yeah.
Which one?
I think I have my pick. And no, this may be one of the first weeks we actually disagree on show of the week.
Okay.
Okay, so on 3. 1, 2, 3. NXT.
Roll.
Oh, look at that. NXT for me, it was literally between NXT or Raw. However, I felt the whole show actually was a lot better.
It definitely was in terms of like the flow. Like,
Yeah.
I would say that.
I will admit the Gauntlet on Raw was great. I just thought the storytelling and the match with Gargano at the end was just as great, and it continues probably my favorite feud in all of WWE, Gargano and Ciampa.
I do agree with the NXT flow being better. I just can't get out of my head the 2-hour match, and that was my match of the week. The Gauntlet, mainly the first hour of Seth and Roman and Seth and Cena.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I admit that.
Yeah, Raw was the. If Raw was reversed, I think Raw was a even better show than we're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
If Raw ended with the Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in terms of flow, NXT is definitely better. It's literally the Gauntlet match that's holding Raw above for me, because that was my match of the week. We don't really get that on the main roster, on TV, let alone pay-per-views, let alone TV. But literally, if it wasn't for that, then it probably would be NXT.
Yeah.
And I'll say SmackDown 205 Live were bad this week. They were both perfectly fine. It was just Raw and NXT came out.
Or above.
Then it was like Raw.
Well,
and I had to rate them like
Raw was above average. NXT was as great as it usually is.
Yeah, like Raw and NXT would be like in the 8 and 9 categories this week. SmackDown and then 205 Live like in the 6.5 to 8, like 7.5. So it was like it wasn't a bad week.
No.
My Shane Bryan, but other than that, it wasn't like a bad week.
And even then, they were only, like 2 minutes?
Right.
I think they got the botch of the week for being on the show for maybe less than
a minute.
Maybe less than a minute.
Right. If you take them off the show, it's actually a perfectly solid SmackDown.
Yeah.
I haven't been hating on the product. I'll put it like that. I will say this about both shows. Because NXT and 205 Live. Well, 205 Live too. Because NXT is only doing WrestleMania. It feels like both shows at 205 Live, all 3 shows, have stuff fallen in place for WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we shouldn't know the stories. Which, I don't actually know the stories. But it feels like we have plans for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It feels like they've been building up WrestleMania since at least the Rumble. And it does feel like, though, I do agree, Elimination Chamber and Fastlane, even they know, are just pay-per-views in the way.
Yeah.
Or filler pay-per-views, which is what they are. I mean, they could be good filler pay-per-views, but they are literally filler pay-per-views. Yeah. But it does feel like both shows have plans for WrestleMania. And that's something I haven't said since, I want to say WrestleMania 26.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, there just seems to be some things that they're enjoying what they are in the moment. Kind of like the Gauntlet. And
I feel we're in a holding power to me.
But some other storylines are just completely in a holding pattern.
Right, like expect this Monday. I think Raw's going to pick up.
Yeah.
Because now Raw has a full 6 weeks to build a Mania.
Yeah, I think.
Then in 2 weeks, this is why SmackDown won the Rumble probably, because they only have 4 weeks to build straight to Mania.
Probably, yeah.
But I'm fine they can knock more off the shows. So he doesn't have to be a Fastlane.
No.
I'm sorry. I guess that's where you start to say AJ Nakamura pick up.
Probably,
Bobby Orton, Owens and Sammy. And we'll say that's the direction.
Yeah.
The Bludgeon Brothers and the Usos, I'm just going to say. Maybe.
At the moment, probably.
But do you really leave the New Day off? They are the biggest roles out of tech music. You don't really leave them off.
Yeah.
They're not Andre the Giant people. Either. Asuka and Charlotte, which personally, we have time to talk about the future. Asuka and Charlotte, AJ Nakamura is something That is the match I want to main event WrestleMania.
Yeah.
If Brock and whoever does, that's perfectly fine. As long as it's not Braun. That's perfectly fine. But if a women's match was going to main event WrestleMania, I can't talk for you. But I will be okay if Asuka Charlotte does happen, that didn't main event.
Out of any women's match
Yeah.
in the entire company,
Yeah.
that's probably the match I'd want to main event most as well.
Right. I don't want to see Ronda main event her first Mania. I don't. It's Asuka and Charlotte. That's her main event. So what I'm saying is I'm expecting this Monday and 2 weeks for SmackDown. You're probably going to see Old Guns Blazing, I'm thinking, for Mania. Because it does feel like both shows have plans for Mania. That I hate to not.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing was like a Mania we went to, WrestleMania
29.
Oh my god.
It is the most status quo Mania I've ever
Not
seen.
even that, like the build-up though was somehow even worse than the Mania.
Yeah.
The only match that made sense was Rock and Cena and Taker and Punk. And I guess from storyline Brock and Triple H makes sense. But
where it seemed like they weren't planning for a Mania.
That undercard,
But they were in a holding pattern to get to the pay-per-view after Mania.
That undercard, yeah, because I remember the summer was really good.
Yeah.
That
Payback to like SummerSlam is very good.
That undercard changed so much in the build to Mania.
Yeah.
Jericho was feud with Dolph when he came back. Then he was in the Intercontinental picture with Miz and Barrett. Then somewhere along the lines he ended up with Fandango. Then Miz was feuding with Cesaro.
Yeah.
While feuding with Barrett. Mm-hmm. And then somewhere along the line, Cesaro did not make the WrestleMania card. Cesaro was on the card already.
No.
And he ended up with Miz ended up with Barrett. Mm-hmm. The Shield
on the kickoff.
Right. The Shield was feuding with Orton, so they just found two other big names to feud with Orton. Big Show and Sheamus.
Yeah, I think they literally ran out of plans for Orton that year.
Who were just coming off a feud with each other. Big Show and Sheamus.
Yeah.
Del Rio and Swagger might have the best build.
And then Big Show turned heel after being heel.
Del Rio and
the night afterwards.
Del Rio and Swagger might have the best build. To me.
Probably.
But even on paper, that match is very random because Swagger's new push came out of nowhere.
Literally came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It came like the night of Elimination Chamber.
I can't tell you how.
Like 2 weeks later, you got busted. 2 weeks later, you got busted for marijuana.
I can't tell you how Mark Henry and Ryback got started.
I think it's more or less because I'm strong. No, I'm strong. No, I'm strong.
And then Mark Henry won. So Ryback can become number one contender.
Yeah, and then Mark Henry got a shot after Ryback.
Right. Then what else? The Bryan team fought Dolph and Big E.
Yeah.
Which is fine. None of them were feud with each other before, like the week before.
Yeah, that's true, yes.
The women's champion, or Divas champion, Caitlyn,
wasn't on the show.
was in a storyline with Cody, who ended up teaming with the Bella Twins at some point in the middle of that.
With Damian Sandow.
With Damian Sandow, goes Naomi and 3 losers. Naomi, Albert, and 2 losers. And that match got kicked off of me. Thank God. But it's still disrespectful to the talent.
Yeah.
To kick them off of me. And we had like a half-hour meeting. I think Dave might have been longer than Kid Rock or WrestleMania 25.
He probably was.
Between that and Triple H and Brock Lesnar, first time I ever fell asleep while no, the only thing that was being worth from that show is Undertaker and Punk.
I think I got like tricked and thinking that it was a decent match, Triple H and Brock.
I fell asleep while
Yeah, I was like, it wasn't that bad a match. I watched it like a year later and was like, this match is terrible.
The best part was when Shawn Michaels and Paul Heyman got beat up.
Yeah.
I bring this up because in recent years, the wrestling build hasn't been strong.
No.
Theory was a great Mania, but the build got ruined. The build was good, but they had to change the build fly. They didn't plan for 30. We can't.
No.
We can't act like
the original plans didn't work.
We can't act like they planned for 30.
That's true.
31, the build was terrible.
The Mania happened to be
Also,
amazing, yeah.
Remember, the main event of this year's WrestleMania
The go-home image of 31 was Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar having a tug-of-war with the WWE Championship.
Yeah, and 31 was, the bill was terrible. The pay-per-view was good. 32. That build was, different. AJ and Jericho was good.
Yeah.
Brock and Dean's build-up was good. The part where Triple H and Roman beat the crap out of each other was good. Shane's return was good. That's where I went down quickly after that. What's in the lockbox? And at 32, suffers from being long and drawn out. And at 33, the build was really good on the SmackDown side of things.
Yeah. And
the Mania, I do think is a good WrestleMania 33.
It is very amazing.
It's not as good as 30 and 31, but I think it's good. But what I'm saying is this year feels like they actually have plans for the place. Exactly. And then once we're past Chamber and Fastlane, I expect that both shows plans easily smooth out. I just hope there's a plan for this Bryan and Shane thing, otherwise it's a damn time. Every Tuesday.
Sad thing is, I don't think there's a plan.
I don't think so, because I don't think they would announce Bryan's return to the ring by now, because that would definitely sell me.
There's not. There hasn't been a point in the last month and a half where Shane's just like, fuck it, Bryan. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah, I know.
You're gone, fired, gone.
At this point, I'll take Bryan versus Shane. It's not my ideal Bryan match to come back, but I'll take that at least let the self-win. Hell, I'll take the tie match against Edwin and Sammy.
Yeah.
Just at least, hopefully, at least the self-win.
But it literally just seems like Bryan makes a decision.
Hell, I'll take a proxy match.
Shane looks disappointed at him.
And
once in a while, reverses it.
Hell, I'll take a proxy match. Meaning they have two guys wrestle for them. And they at least something. But overall, though, like I said, I think once these two shows are out of the way, we're going to have a strong build. Yeah. Actually, Raw's build's going to start Monday. SmackDown's build starts in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And then we'll probably be complete. Then we'll show some competition.
Yes.
And 205 Live, their match is actually announced for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That was announced. That was technically the second match announced for WrestleMania. Or third match announced.
That it was.
Besides Asuka, Nakamura, and third match. But I am going to put in the video too that we went on our WrestleMania build-ups the last few years. So
yeah.
And
also, let's sneak in a thank you to 411 Wrestling for
the reviews this week. As always, up next, Fall Brawl 1996.